My pet peeve, Gregory, he takes the bed sheets and he'll fix them like this, fanning me. What's up, perfectly blended family, and welcome back to another video. I'm Chantel.
And I'm Greg.
And in this video, guys, we're going to be talking about our pet peeves.
The definition of pet peeve is something that a particular person finds especially annoying. So this could be different for everybody.
Okay.
Right? It's like one, it doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, it happens. Or maybe I'm one that does it. And then for somebody else, it's like, oh my gosh, that's so annoying. We all have them, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. But before we get into this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so when we drop a new video, you're alerted. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I'll go first. All right, guys, my first pet peeve is when people say, yeah, I know, when you're explaining something to them, and it could be for the first time, but they're just saying, yeah, I know, during the conversation, and they really have no clue.
Yeah. They cut you off as you're trying to explain something. They're like, I know. You're like, and you know they don't know, because people who know don't say that.
Yeah.
They like hear you out and then sort of maybe help explain it with you or something. Like they show you how they understand it. But somebody who just says, I know. Jasmine does it to us all the time.
She doesn't.
That's our 5-year-old daughter, Jasmine.
Yes. But I've had other people in the work setting. It's like, okay, make sure when you do this, you do, oh yeah, I know. And then something happens. I'm like, oh, but I thought you said you knew. So I was taught by my acting coach that majority of people that say, yeah, I know, to a conversation or during a conversation or when you're explaining something to them, 90% of the time do not know.
Yeah, I think that's something you just you observe in life.
Oh yeah, that is true too.
The people who say that and cut you off, you're like, there's an important part that I have not said yet. There's really no way you could know it, but go right ahead because you know. Guys, on the other end, if you're an I knower, you should probably like hear it out. Yeah. Let them finish speaking. Show them that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my first pet peeve. What's your first pet peeve?
So it's this one. It's like I'm gonna say this is a little one.
Okay.
And we haven't talked about this before. This is the one I just thought of.
Okay.
To the point where if I'm at somebody else's house, I'll fix it, and it really has nothing to do with maybe I'm the one screwed up for them, but it bothers me to use it in that manner. The direction the toilet paper is on the roll.
Oh, I do that too. I have to. That's one of my biggest pet peeves.
Really?
It has to be the toilet paper where you pull has to be closest to you, facing you.
Over.
Yes, it can't be closest to the wall. Under.
Yes.
No way.
Totally agree. Yeah, that has never been an issue. We've just both been on the same page from day one.
Yes. And the kids will do it the other way, and I just teach them, like, guys, you gotta turn it this way. I cannot deal with it.
If it's the wrong way, it wasn't either of us.
Oh, that's a good one. What do you guys think? Let us know. Comment down below. All right, so my second pet peeve is when someone washes dishes and they leave the sink trap full of like the guck, like the yucky stuff. It's like if you're gonna wash the dishes and make sure the sink area is clean, take out
part of it. Like you should clean the sink also.
Yeah, take out the sink traps. Like, you know, gross.
I've had like roommates and stuff, and it'll just like have build up.
Just clean that.
Yeah.
What's yours?
That's a fair one.
Thank you. What's your second one?
My second one? So I'm going to go with one along the lines of the sink also.
Okay.
And this is more the kids. So if you're a parent, maybe you've dealt with this. My kids like to use an excessive amount of peanut butter. So even if they're using peanut butter, to use the knife, to put whatever, apply the peanut butter, to whatever food item they're using, they never scrape the peanut butter off the knife. They just throw the knife in the sink. When I'm the one doing dishes, I'm like, I'm just leaving these knives. I'm not dealing with peanut butter knives when I'm trying to do dishes. Same has happened with roommates in the past. It'll be something like whatever food item it could be. In this case, it's peanut butter, but in the past, it's like people leave things on a utensil and throw it in the sink, and then it becomes unwashable.
Oh man, I'm sorry. That's a tough one.
Yeah, so I'll have to skip that. Like, literally, I'm like, I'm not washing this today. That's more work than I want to deal with right now. Good, dishwasher? You gotta rinse it. You can't put that in the dishwasher. Come on, man. Somebody has a roommate, somebody has a kid, somebody has somebody to live with that does that. You know exactly what I'm talking about. A bowl that you don't rinse and it becomes like oatmeal concrete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally get it. Alright guys, let us know if you've had that situation happen to you. Okay, we're going on to my third pet peeve. Okay, this one's with the kids. When I'm sleeping and they barge in the room, they kick open the door like the house is on fire. And they're like, Mom or Dad, can I have a frozen yogurt tube? And I'm like, that's what you came in here for? And like Steve's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, sure, go have a frozen yogurt tube. Yay, yeah! She said yeah, guys!
But you want to just say yeah because you don't want to put up the argument that they would come if you said no.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, they just can't like gently open the door and be like, Mom, can I have a yogurt tube? Yeah, sure, go ahead. They just have to be like, boom,
you're in your most peaceful sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, there'd be other times where all of a sudden, you know, the kid's just there.
Oh, no. That's a big one for me. They're basically there and I wake up.
Yeah,
and I'm
it's freaking on a different level. They stare at you till you wake up. Like, what is that?
Guys, do you have kids that just stand there at your bed, in your face like this, until you wake up? Because our kids do that. It's so scary. And you just feel the presence of someone there and it jumps, like your soul leaves your body.
If it's not busting the door open and you... Like, why do they come charging at the door? Why can't you open the door like a normal person?
Yeah, and our room door, it flies open. It has to be at a certain point for it not to, just because of the way...
Oh, it'll continue, yeah, the way you carry it all the way open.
So it hits it, so they barge in and then the knob hits the wall and they're stomping all over to you and it's like, Mom! Can we have this? Like, no, but why? Oh my gosh, yeah, just go have it. I'm so tired, you guys are up so early. Anyways. That's my third pet peeve. What's your third pet peeve?
I'm really particular when it comes to toothpaste.
Okay. So I do this, I'm gonna admit. I know where he's going with it.
You know what? It doesn't even... This had to happen. So if you've got a pet peeve and you can do something about it, just do something about it. In this case, it was toothpaste. So we just got our own toothpaste. So what would happen is she squeezed the toothpaste from the top or from the dispensing end of the tube when it's like the metal type tube, so it stays collapsed at that end. So every time I've got to like squeeze it up past and fix it. And you'll just squeeze it from that. I'm like, oh man, and I'm the one that always has to work it up. So it's like a gun and loading it, and then so it's ready for you. You dispense it. Now I have to redo that when I come back to it. Versus just pushing from the bottom the whole time. All you gotta do is push from the bottom. Most toothpaste or the ones that we get now are like a different material, so they actually stand. And toothpaste goes down and they don't have the metal things, so they don't collapse on themselves. They're like plasticky.
Oh, okay.
So it's no longer an issue anyway. You know what I'm talking about. You guys know somebody who does that too.
I'm pretty sure they do. Alright, so we're moving on to my fourth pet peeve. Okay.
Round 4, yeah.
Alright, pet peeve number 4. My fourth one has to do with the shower. Now, it is my pet peeve when my kids do not push down the knob after having the overhead shower on, because every time I go in at a certain end and turn it on, I get wet no matter what. Like it comes on real fast, I'm like, ah! And it just gets me.
Yeah, but then you get to the point where you always check it.
Well, sometimes Chantal doesn't get to that point, and she gets
You
wet.
just want to go in and I just
turn it
on.
I'm just like, absent-minded at the time. I'm like, yeah, it's just routine in my head.
You know what? As much as you try and check it every now and then, it gets missed. I know exactly what you're saying. You get the spray. Or one of the kids will come complaining that they got the spray.
Yeah. So then I yell out, I'm like, who left the shower head on? And then mine's like, that was Jasmine. I'm like, why was it you?
Blame each other. Yeah.
But yeah, that is my pet peeve. Please, just when you're done taking a shower, turn the knob off for the next person, please.
They're
I don't want to get
supposed to drop on their own.
Yeah, I think, is that broken?
Over time, sometimes they get a little, it's like calcium buildup or something, they get stuck up.
Yeah, that is true, actually. When you turn it, my mom does. You're right. Yeah, when you turn it.
Because there's different ones.
That is true. All right.
Oh man, I just want to share a story kind of related to leaving the cap up. We were last at a hotel, and that's our trip to Niagara. Somebody rigged it, that they had the shower actually pointing out into the washroom, not into the shower, and it left as on, so as soon as you turn the water on, it would spray into the hall, into the main part of the washroom.
That's what it did when I went in. Because it got me.
Did you actually get it?
Well,
did you tell me?
Yeah. Yeah, because it was in our room, and I there's that episode. You guys gotta check it out. Well, it wasn't anything too big.
You actually got sprayed?
I got
thought
sprayed.
We noticed it.
No.
Didn't I actually say something?
No, they caught me.
And I came and looked at it, and I'm like, oh, that was set up that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The floor got wet. I got sprayed, and I just
because when the shower head is, it has to be. It's not like one where it could actually fall to this direction.
Yeah.
Or when you might hang up. And it was. You had to actually, and it was stiff to point that thing to shoot it.
Whatevs. Don't even bother me. Just water.
You're gonna get caught in a hotel when you don't quite know how something's a little different.
But now I know I'm gonna try next time we have a little adventure like that. I'm gonna make sure I check. Cause you're not catching me again, whoever did that. You're not gonna do it again. You got me once, you won't get me twice. So I'm gonna make sure I check.
Yeah, now it's a thing that you'll look for.
Yeah.
Experience.
Yeah, so true. All right, babe. Tell them what your fourth pet peeve is.
My fourth pet peeve. So, our daughters share a room. 2 daughters, 9 and 5, and they share a room. Now, sometimes we can't have them. They won't go to sleep together. They're just too hyped. So we'll separate them. Have one sleep in our room so that they can calm down, and then bring her over. So the oldest, I just don't understand. Like
Amaya.
the bed, Amaya, the bed is perfectly made, and when she sleeps in it, everything is twisted and all
it's
over.
A mess.
Nothing's where it should be. Okay. That being said, this one will just go and get in and go to sleep.
I'll just if the covers can comfortably get over me and I'm okay and comfortable, I'm good.
And you're covered.
Yeah,
okay.
As long as I'm covered, I'm good.
No regard for me. Where am I going to go? So the first thing I do is I fix it while she's in it, and that's going to bring you to your pet peeve. But I cannot get into a bed that is not made. It's made for a reason. Everything's where it should be, and now I can go in there and be comfortable and sleep. But when it's all disheveled, and you've got the top sheet half twisted and over there, and the thing's sort of, am I using the side? Or what part of it is at my neck? Why do I have a button over here? You feel no ways, you're passed out. No, I cannot sleep like this. So a bed has to be made for me to sleep in it.
Fair enough. So, continuing from my pet peeve, Gregory, is when I'm in bed and he has to make the bed because that happens, and I'm a person, you guys already know me. I like to be warm. So if I'm coming to your house, guys, make sure it's just nice and cozy and warm, okay? He takes the bed sheets and he'll fix them like this, fanning me. And we have a duvet, and fanning me to fix to fix the bed sheet, and I'm shivering. It's just right through my body. I feel like I got hypothermic. It's just that bad to me.
Okay, I think it feels worse than it looks. Because I do adjust it, but I'm not full fanning it, trying to get it up in the air like that. I give it a little thing to shift it and get things where it's supposed to be.
Honestly, guys, honest to God.
Well, this is a real mess, and I gotta do what I gotta see.
Honestly, I feel like I go hypothermic because it's just it's too much. I freeze, and it's just and my nerves, and I'm just like, Greg. And then when the sheet feels like it's up in the air for a good 2 minutes, so I'm just curled up on the bed like this. I'm like, can you just stop? It does, because you'll do it for, you don't just do it once and it's like it's done. You'll like fluff it a few times. And I'm like, that is a nut, Gregory.
I reorganize.
Do not reorganize while I'm in the bed.
Well, it has to be made for me to get in it.
Do it before I get into bed.
I'm not going to run upstairs and fix it when you're the one that gets your daughter to her bed. If the person who takes Amaya to her bed now has to become the person who fixes the bed.
Okay, fair. At least we're making this deal right now, because we've never made this deal. Yeah, that is my 5th pet peeve, guys. I'm curious to know what your 5th is.
Okay, this one is general population.
Okay.
Guys, just put your shopping cart back in the cart return.
Oh, you've complained about this before.
You go to pull into a parking spot, there's a friggin' shopping cart sitting right in the middle of the... Okay. It's no matter what, it's awkward. Like, oh yeah, I could just get out and move it, leave my car half in, half out of a spot, or off to the side where there's traffic coming through to get a shopping cart, take it all the way to the return over there with my car just sitting here. Like, or the person who was using it could just put it back in the return when they were done with it and their car was parked appropriately in a parking spot.
True.
I just don't understand it. So, a friend of mine, and I never even thought of this because I always park closest to the door of the store. But a friend of mine, we were just making a run to the grocery store, and he parks away from the door even though it's like almost empty. It was like late at night, maybe half hour before closing. And I'm like, why are you parking so far from the door? And he's like, oh, just have it. Like, you just prefer to park away from the store? He's like, no, we're right beside the cart return. He's like, if I gotta go to the cart return anyway, it's actually a faster trip to park beside the cart return. Okay. I'm like, oh my God, it totally is. So he's like, you gotta get the closest spot to the store, closest to the cart return. And that's the, like, man, that just makes sense. Then you never have to worry about where do I have to go now to put this cart back. Yeah. And that's just what he does. I'm like, man, that...
Brilliant. Why don't we just think of that? Because I'm always the one who's like, I don't care as long as it's closest to the door, especially in winter. I just want to get in because I'm cold. Yeah,
but if you have a cart, now not only you have to do that distance, you have to go to the cart return wherever it is and back also.
And I've been caught that way too, so yes.
Yeah. So I thought, man, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's funny. Like we're at like a Walmart or something, and there's just a scatter of shopping carts in the parking lot.
Aww.
Like, guys.
So there's an employee that has to go fetch all those carts and then put it back.
He's just supposed to bring them from the return to the store. Yeah. And now he's like, oh, now I'm getting all these extra steps.
Well, you know, make a positive out of a negative.
No, but I don't think people are aware how much of a hassle it actually becomes for other people. It's not just, oh, the cart return guy, he'll go get it.
Right.
Because when might he get to that? You don't know. And yeah, it's blocking up other parking spots, or the wind's blowing them, or hitting other cars. Like, it becomes an actual issue.
Yeah, it does. It becomes problematic.
Just put the cart in the return.
Please. But random thought based on that. Mm-hmm. But do you remember a time where you'd be walking to the cart return and someone is walking with their cart, like, oh, do you want this cart?
Yeah, we used to be able to do that.
Now we can't because of COVID.
Maybe it's those people. Man, someone will take it. I don't know.
So true.
But yeah, you used to be able to take a cart from somebody else.
It's so different.
Oh, I'm done with this one. Oh,
Guys, is there anyone out there that deals with shopping carts, and if someone's done with it, is able to directly hand it to you still during this time? Just curious to know maybe where you are, the numbers of COVID isn't as high, so...
Or the fear of it isn't as high.
Right.
But yeah, so where we are right now, this is really interesting because it's become that time where I think there's more shopping carts in the parking lot than there used to be for that reason, because you used to be able to just... Because I know I would just grab one on my way in.
Right, same.
It's not a big deal. Now nobody's touching those ones that are just sitting there. Yeah, nobody's taking them back to the return themselves, because that's the other thing. I would pick up other cart. Like if I'm passing one, I'll just double it up. And, but nobody wants to touch other people's things right now.
That's right. Yeah, so the time we're in is completely different, especially for us here in the GTA. It's
so again, guys, just put your cart in the cart return, because yeah, now there's more instances where no one's going to touch that cart because everybody wants it to be sanitized before they get to it, right?
That's right. All right, guys, so that was our video on pet peeves. We'd like to know what your pet peeves are. Go ahead and drop a comment down below. I'd like to see, maybe you guys have some pet peeves that are also my pet peeves that we didn't even mention.
Yeah.
So
it always, some people mention stuff like, oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have fun with it, guys. And just put your shopping carts away.
Put your shopping carts away.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. But before we leave out today, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell because we don't want you to miss a thing. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.